Hello YouTubers, it's me, you and me too, and you join me for my first ever review. That unintentionally rhymed. Sonic the Hedgehog. What a great character, and he produced a number of toys over the years. Some were ridiculously small, some were incredibly large, some were quite bad, and some were really good. But the question is, which one is best? For that reason, I've collected 5 of my figures, and we can discuss which one I personally think is the best one to buy. Right, let's kick straight in with figure number 1. This one is the smallest one I own, and the first issue you're going to see is right here. It falls over. It falls over a lot. Really hard to stand up. It originally came with a base, but it should really be able to stand up on its own. The biggest issue I have with this is that I've seen it on many sites for about £20, and I got it for £1 out of, I think it's called a Gashapon toy. I'm not really sure what they're actually called. That actual figure itself, actually a very nice sculpt. It's not very poseable. He only sticks in that one pose. But it's got a better sculpt than most of the bigger figures, and for £1 it's quite a nice little thing to have. Put on a shelf somewhere just to show it off. So yeah, I give him about 3 stars. Yeah. Oh boy, get ready for a real bad figure. It was the first one I owned, and at the time I loved it, but looking back at it now, really not so great. Sculpt isn't that good, but the figure's biggest problem is the fact that it's bendable, and those bendable bits break, and then it just goes back into a starfish shape, and you can't do anything about it. Here you can even see the wire that's sticking out from a broken arm as well. So at first it's really good, but overall I only give this figure 2 stars and recommend you just don't buy them. Yeah. Moving on. Ladies and gentlemen, meet Whopping Big Sonic. This is the first kind of major posable figure I owned, and I didn't really like it then, and I don't really like it now. It just doesn't look right to me. His head's too small, and his body's too big, and it just doesn't really work, and his nose is gigantic! But yeah, I don't like it, and it's not very posable either. You can move the arms, yeah, but you can't move the hands, and yeah, you can move the head, move the legs, but not very well. My biggest complaint would have to be, if you look, have you ever seen anyone run like that? No, don't think so. Only gets 3 stars. Next! Ooh, accessories! And Sonic, again! This time it's Sonic and the Black Knight figure, my newest figure I've got. And yeah, this one's really good. And in fact, I really like this one. It comes with a sword, which is very nicely detailed for something so small. And it fits very nicely in his hands, and yeah, it works very well. The only problem with this is that he has very loose legs over time, and falls over quite easily. But it's easily fixed, and you can do some great posing with it. It's a really detailed sculpt. He looks just like Sonic, like how new generation Sonic should. It's brilliant. See, great poses right there. I give it 4 stars. The only reason I take a star off is because of the amount of times it falls over. But yeah, other than that, I'd say it's really good. Buy one. Meet my favourite Sonic figure ever. He is brilliant. He is absolutely superb. I mean, he's great. I love him. He just looks perfect. It's from the ReSaurus line, and they produced the first proper Sonic action figures. Sure, they could have done better sculpts, and the eyes are a little big, and the paint chips a bit. But for actual playability, he's great to have. He looks like a perfect mix between old Sonic and new Sonic. It's just great. You can make him run easily. He's got loads of posable abilities. His arms move, his wrists move, his head moves, his legs move. He's just brilliant. You've got the texture on the shoe. They had made a few mistakes. I mean, if you look at the spikes here, they don't quite look right. If I compare them to, say, the Sonic and the Black Knight figure, yeah, you can see that they improved over time. But he's just brilliant, and I give this figure 5 stars. You can find one, get one, because they won't let you down. Hey, Demon Run! Yay! Well, there you have it. We've gone through the 5 figures that I've owned, and I think I've made it pretty clear which one I prefer the most. Yes, the ReSaurus figure. It's just... I can't get my mind around how brilliant it is. They can normally be found on eBay if you want to get one. Sometimes they're really expensive in a box, or if you get it like I did, you can kind of catch them on their own. No box, no accessories, because they originally came with, I think, a ring and a snowboard. For much cheaper, and I recommend doing that because you don't really need the ring, it just gets lost. It was tiny. Sonic and the Black Knight figure, still really easy to get. Toys R Us or America, Smythe's or Smith's, the toy store, hit over in the UK. Well, that's me done for today, and I'll leave the details about how much each one probably are in the credits, and I'll see you all next review. See you later.